Good morning everybody, welcome to the channel. Here I am in Birdwood. Today we're going out on a ride with the South Australian Outback Motorcycles Venture Tour Group. Just fueled up in Birdwood. A nice little Tenere racing there. Now this is what we call a Yamaha Tenere Rallye. So all the bikes on this ride will be Yamaha Teneres. Majority of them I believe are Yamaha Tenere 700s. And the rain's just started, so we're in for a wet day. Got multiple layers on. I've treated all my clothing, all that sort of stuff with sort of waterproofing gear, so hopefully it doesn't soak through. We'll see how we go. What do we got at the moment? I think it was about 10 degrees here in Birdwood. Last time I come through here a couple of weeks ago was 3 degrees, so it's getting pretty cold for this sort of area. It can get down to the minus levels, and yeah, so we'll see how we go with the weather today. Tracks are going to be slippery, so this ride's going to take us across to Loxton in South Australia by all the back tracks. So I think it's probably about close to 300 k's on the first day, then stay overnight there, turn around, come back, and we finish our tour in Mount Pleasant, South Australia, I think, which will probably be another 200 or 300 k's return trip. So we'll see how we go. I'm expecting there'll be a few offs on this ride, a few spills, both myself and others. Part of the game. I just had a guy at the fuel station there telling me I'm crazy going out riding in this sort of weather. Why would you be doing it? Well, okay, you guys all know why I'm doing it, why we all do this. So anyway, coming up to the bakery here. I think we've got a 7:30 meet point. There's quite a few cars here. Yep, all the guys are all ready to go over the side here, so we're looking good. Up and see what's going on here, eh? Quite a few bikes here, all ready to go. Mike's there, Mark's there, the leaders here. We've got two lead cars up the front here. We've got the couple of trailers on the back of cars, so obviously we've got a couple of sweeps here in case we have any problems. We'll be picked up. So both those cars are South Australia Motorcycle Ventures, Outback Motorcycle Ventures cars, so sweeps. So we'll have a lead rider, sweep rider, and comms in between most of the riders. So we're looking for a pretty good day. So we're just stopping at the bakery here in Birdwood. Have the pie and cake and all that sort of stuff as you do, and fuel up, and then we'll hit the track. Anyway, I'll get back to you soon once we've had this pie and cake and a coffee. Well, we've just been called in for the rider briefing. Looks like the skies are starting to clear a little bit. No rain, we had a patch of rain just earlier on there. It's looking quite good. I think it's about 12 degrees at the moment. Looks like most of the riders here, I think we might be too short. One's got mechanical issues and the other one, well, we don't know. Anyway, so we're going to go into the bakery here. We're in front of the old Lovell's Bakehouse in Birdwood, South Australia. Quick rider briefing. I'm sure they'll go through all the safety and the do's and don'ts and the cornerman system, and yeah, we'll talk later on, see what we come up with. So here we go. Everybody's warming their bikes up. There's a bit of hesitation. Nerves are happening. There's been a bit of rush to the toilet in there, so getting that last minute little wee in, and yeah, everybody's right to go. A couple of riders come all the way over from I think it was northeast Victoria for the ride, so that's pretty cool. We've had our safety briefing and now ready to hit the road. Okay, so we're off and away. Said we had our briefing, just heading in a easterly direction out of Birdwood. The weather seems to be holding out. I hope it does, because I've got the media pack on the GoPro 10, and apparently they're not waterproof, so first bit of rain I'll be ripping that off and going back to standard. So it looks like everyone's away. There's always that bit of hesitation before you take off. You know, who's going to go in second place behind the lead rider? You know, are you going to fall over and embarrass yourself? How do I get onto the road into the right position in the pack? The briefing was really good. Steve Truscott, who runs this group, this business, South Australian Outback Motorcycle Adventures, his briefing was really good, and he did talk about the cornerman system, and he also talked about, you know, things like if you're feeling a bit tired, you know, slow down. It's not a race. You know, take it easy. We go at the speed of the slowest rider, which is really good. If you don't want to do the corner, you know, sit back in the middle of the pack, but just take it easy. That's the main thing. So coming up to our first corner here, everything so far is so good. Just past Mark there, Mark Battersby. He's taking the first corner. So this is the first run out on an actual adventure ride with the Motoz Tractionator. I believe they're adventures. So we'll see how we go. The first time I've run these. So we'll see what they're like on the dirt roads. It should be good. So far so good. They've been pretty good on the tarmac in the wet. They've seemed to hold okay. They've got the shiny surface off it. I've got the little rubber moulding things off it. We're right to go. So about to hit our first bit of dirt. Let's get this bike dirty. This is an awesome little track, this one here. I think it gets fairly sandy down here. Only a short sort of section of sand. But interesting to see how we go, considering it's been raining. It should hold together pretty well. Sort of slalom through the trees. Tyres are holding really well. I was a bit sort of dubious about the front tyre to see how it was going. So a few people have not recommended to have the matching tyres front and back, but yeah, so far so good. But I really don't know any better with the Tenere, so I'm pretty happy with what I've got so far. See what it's like in the sand. That's going to be the real test for it. The proof's in the pudding, as they say. Track conditions are just awesome today. Actually perfectly stable, I can see, except for corners like this. You come up to it and go, what's going on? A few people went a little bit skew whiff there. Sort of feel the soft spots on the track. The bike gets a little bit skittish at times. Okay, we've got a left turn up here. Slippery corner by the looks of it. A few people hit the anchors on it. Yeah, she's muddy on this one. So good. I suppose that's the thing about, you know, being in the back of the pack a little bit. You sort of get to gauge the track a little bit by reading the other riders' tyre marks, you know, where they've hit the brakes, where they're sliding, the position they're taking on the track. You know, I suppose probably the good position to be is in third position. Your first rider, well, they hit it, they either do it right or wrong. Second rider corrects it, and by the time it gets to you, you should be pretty well right. Today's like today. Oh, this corner's dodgy. Today's like today. I remember that corner there, sort of sneaks up on you. As I was saying, if the conditions are like this all today, I'm pretty happy. You know, you've got a good mix of hard pack and a bit of mud and a bit of sand. I don't think you could ask for any better. You know, your ride speed's up there. It's what I might sitting on only 60 k's at the moment, so not pushing it. I don't ever tend to push it nowadays. So the guys are setting a pretty good pace. I could say they're probably sitting on about 60, 65 up front. These sort of rides here, you really don't want to go beyond 70. I've been on some rides where the lead rider's doing up to 120 k's an hour. Not on tracks like this, but on more open sort of stuff. And yeah, it just puts a lot of undue pressure on the riders who are new to the game. It's a bit unfair. Yeah, 70 seems to be a good pace. Gets everybody through. Yeah, I'm sitting here, I'm sort of riding along cautiously, and the nearest rider to me is probably 100 metres behind me. The front pack's left me for dead. That's fine. I've just slowed down. I'm doing a bit of talking on the camera, so concentration's on that at the moment. Well, that had a bit of depth to it. This is a bit of a muddy track. Sitting in first and bring up a gear. Nothing like someone passing you on the left. Muddy track. Just get over onto the left here so you can pass me on the right. Do the right thing, mutton. This track here. Yes, old chestnut. Someone filming us. It's not the spot to fall over, mutton. Got mud on the screen already. Trusty cameraman back there. Oh, she's a slippery one. It's just slippery enough to sort of throw that front wheel around. If you're not ready for it, twist you up if you went right. I'm sitting in first, so I really want to get up in second. I was hoping Steve would take this track. Certainly can catch you out. Oh, here's a bump. Big dip there in the drive. Hit that at about 60, 70 k's an hour. And boy, did I feel it. Yeah, a little fire trail. A bit of fun. Looks like we've got some of the lead riders just pushing up, taking the corners. Alright, that's Steve, that's my job. Good show of Teneres. The corners are always a bit of unknown. You know, you can come into a corner fast, you just don't know what's around the corner, and you find a lot of these tracks as soon as you enter the corner there's usually a bit of a mud hole or something like that. This one's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's a little bit sandy further on. Not too bad. So it's supposed to be to the back of the pack, or second from the back of the pack, which is fine. Tight little corner, this one. I think last time I was here was with Johnny Mac. Johnny Mac took us on this ride here. Okay, it's a regrouping point, a dewatering point by the looks of it. Quick stop there. So the boys have a smoke, rehydrate, bit of a safety briefing, and obviously discussion about what we're going to be doing next. The weather's actually looking bloody splendid. You know, it's still a little bit overcast. It's only just after 10 AM in the morning. So yes, yeah, overcast. If it stays this way, it's going to be a bloody awesome day. You know, you've just got a good mix of wet tracks and dry tracks. And even the wet tracks, you know, the water's just soaked down just enough to sort of make the top surface wet. Underneath it, it seems sort of still grippy. So the Motoz rally tyres are doing quite well. I'm actually fairly impressed with them. You can feel them sort of, you know, the track, you sort of lose a bit of grip, a bit of spin and stuff like that in the mud. It's something they just sort of take traction and sort of propel you forward, which is excellent. And the front tyre, not too bad at all. It's actually starting to settle down, or more so I'm settling down with it. I think coming off the OEMs onto these, you sort of expect a different form of traction and handling on the track. But what I've learned to do here is just ride with it, just go with it, and just relax a little bit on the handlebars. They did mention in the briefing that they want us to stay to the left of the track as much as you can, so if any faster riders want to pass, they can. I've got a habit of being in the right-hand lane. It's sort of ingrained in my riding style. I don't know if that's from passing people, what it is, why I do it. I'm trying to kick that habit, get it out of the system. Downs like that one there, 75, 80 k's an hour, beautiful. Certainly not a table price sort of speed, but certainly fast enough. Yeah, you can feel the bike wobbling a little in that sand there. Oh, but you know what? I've just got to trust the bike a bit more and trust the tyres that can do it, and have the right gear. When I say gear, you know, the actual gearing of the bike, making sure I'm in the right gear for the conditions. Not too high, not too low. I like to run the bike so it's revving to the point where I'm just thinking, oh well, got to go up a gear here, but no, just hold it there, because you hit the sand and you'll need that bit of power. The last thing you want to be doing is chopping and changing between gears through sand. Not that I'm a sand riding expert, but I'm certainly getting there with it. So cameraman back there, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? Ah, this track, this nugget of a track. It's pretty sandy through here. Thankfully the rain has compacted the sand down, give us a bit of grip. Bit of a slow takeoff there because I wasn't real sure what was in front of me. Just gonna slow it down a bit here. It's not too bad. Over panic there. again, I'm slipping into the right lane, and I don't like this. I'm through. Trust the bike, Martin. A lot of you sand riders will be laughing at that. I'm getting there, I'm getting better. I think, you know, doing 70 plus k's an hour for that's not too bad. It's not overly deep. Take a left here. Not sure why they're all stopping there. No one told me to stop, so I'll keep going. Coming up to a crossroad. Where are we going? We're going left. Or not. We've got something going on here. This is the old Pannier Road. Old Pannier Road's almost a single trail. Runs along the edge of a conservation park. So it looks like we've got an issue with the T7 over there. It's just from a distance. Oh, I reckon there's a bit of wire wrapped up in the wheel. Bugger. Glad he didn't come off. There'll be multi-tools and pliers coming out everywhere now. And cameras. Let's go and have a look. That's well and truly embedded in there.
Good one for the team.
Let's get out of the way. Yeah, this is where you find the true worth of something like a good Leverman in your kit on your motorbike for adventure riding or any sort of riding. It's going to happen somewhere in your riding career where you get wire wrapped up in your wheel. Leverman, you know, sort of does its job. Multi-tool, whip it out of your top box and just get into it straight away. Yeah, I had one bit of wire, fencing wire, wrapped around my wheel up near Peterborough, I think it was, one time on a single trail, and yeah, pulled me up from 70 k's an hour, really threw me over the handlebars, but we retained the bike and yeah, dragged it all out. I thought this area was wireless. I was told there's Wi-Fi. So yeah, that's, I don't know. Whoa! Now that was a ride. Okay, so what happened there is I saw the camera and focused on that, and as I hit a bump, my right hand come off the handlebar and I thought that was game over. But I recovered only to hit those water holes. Thankfully I slalomed around them. Woo-hoo. Love it. Nice bit of slip on the back wheel there, it's great. Hey, I'm going through the middle of this. Don't be deep. No, not too bad. not sure if this rider knows that I'm actually beside him. I just hold him back. He's coming across on me. Yeah, bit of mud between friends. I'm just gonna fall back, but I think he's recognising that I'm coming up on him. It's not doing a bad pace. What's he doing? 60 k's an hour through here. Not too bad. It's not a race, but I've been on this track many times, so I sort of know, feel the intricacies of it. It's not an overly rough track, but it can catch you out, as it nearly did before. Okay, here's my chance. Going around. Right. He's going to come across on me. Yes, he's coming across on me. Past Mark, and I think he's coming up on me again. I'm just going to slow down and let him get past me. I reckon I know he's signalling to me. Looks like I got a situation here. I'll just go up to the road here. I dare say my fuel container has come loose. Fuel container? Yeah, I thought so.
Where's it coming loose?
Jumping back, so once I discharge the fuel into there, it won't move.
Did you have enough to do it now? Wait till you get...
I think I'll just back off and just roll the bike along. Yeah, yeah.
You can't.
You can't? Nah, it'll be right. It'll be right.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? It's something like, 5 litres of fuel strapped under my ass.
That's right.
If it was to go off, should be right. That's a lot tighter than what it was.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Once I unload in the fuel, it'll be fine. It's never moved up until now. This is the first time I've run fuel in it. But it tells me that I do need another strap. And I knew it needed another one. Research and development.
Yeah, right.
Rotor packs and everybody will be looking at this and they'll be going, you know what, we need to do the same. We waste our money on our design. Yeah. Should be fine. And I just had me mojo on that track. I don't know, where Anne-Marie was taking photos?
Yeah.
I come around there and my hand slipped off the right side and I'm trying to control the bike like this. Hand in there, got it on, then there was those 2 deep puddles.
Oh,
Bang, bang, and kept it going, no worries. I thought, that'd be right. And I wasn't even showing off.
but in the video, it'll look so cool.
Well, it either look cool or look stupid. I don't know. Any which way, as long as people get a bit of a laugh. Even though we've had about a week of rain, a bit of sun and the dust starts again on the track. The tracks are pretty dry, and just nearby they had something like about 60 mils in 24 hours. 60 millimeters of rain in 24 hours, which is a fair bit for this area. I think the total rainfall for this area is about 500 or 600 millimeters a year, so it's a fairly dry sort of region. And Adelaide usually ranges between 600 to 900. I think the average is about 800 millimeters a year. So yeah, so the dust is starting to kick up. Not bothering dust. It sort of picks up and settles down, which tells me there's still a bit of moisture in there. Got Rider Guider Neil in front of me there. He's got his own channel, Rider Guider. Look it up. Great channel to watch. A lot of good tips on Tenere 700 upgrades and the like. Now he's posting along quite well. And in front of him we've got Mike. He's on his 10700. You do enough of these rides, whether it be these rides with South Australian Outback Motorcycle Adventures or South Australian Adventure Bike Riders, or whoever you might go with, maybe ride ADV. Do a few, you get to know the riders, get to know the lead riders and sweeps, and the banter starts. It's usually about this time of the day that you've sort of, I suppose, you're forming, norming and storming, as they'd say in the old teamwork world. So form sort of gets together as a group in the morning. You don't really know each other, everyone's a bit cold and don't know how far you can push things, and then you start norming, so you get to know each other, know who's what's who, and who's the joker in amongst the crowd. In this case, yeah, we've got jokers, we've got good riders and newbies. It's a good mix. Then once you've done your forming, your norming, then you're storming, then you just get going, you're into it, and everything that happens is a good laugh. And hopefully you got some tales to tell at the dinner table tonight, or a few beers. I'm sure it'll all come out. And we've got tomorrow in front of us, and by the end of it, yep, I'm sure there'll be 1,000 photos on Facebook and videos. I noticed there's about 3 or maybe 4 people that are videoing this, plus the actual organisers. They've had camera people along the way, doing static shots and also GoPro and the like. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with after the ride. Just come off the highway into a town called Wonka, W-U-N-K-A-R, Wonka. I'm not sure what it's famous for. I know they tend to have little motorbike rallies here, and I'm assuming, looking at the silos and all that sort of stuff there, this is a grain town, so there'll be a railway track there. Okay, looks like we're about to pull up here. Front of the shop. Apparently we've got lunch on. They've supplying a free lunch, a barbecue. It's going to be pretty cool. The Wonka Golden Grain Tavern. I reckon they might have a beer here. Oh yeah, looks like they got Carlton Draft on tap. Just for you international people who might be watching this, we don't drink Fosters in Australia. Here we are in the thriving metropolis of Wonka. Jeez, try saying that when you're duff. What?
Always one that has
You're drunk.
too far away. Always one. That's alright, mate. It's alright.
Would you be picking on me if I was skinny?
Yeah, probably.
You would pick on me.
I think so.
So it's not a weight thing?
No, I don't think
Okay, it's not a girth thing. Righto. I left that space there for Mike.
Get Mike on the mic.
struggling to find where the leak is in this tube. I'm sure we could repair it. Oh, there it is. Well, we've made it to Loxton fuel station. Filling up tomorrow. Get it now rather than in the morning.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to grey as you fade away.
That's the end of day one, riding day one. Made it to Loxton. Yeah, bloody good day, fairly uneventful. We had one flat tyre. The guy actually split the tyre, the tube itself, about a 12-inch split in the tube, so I'm not sure what happened there. I've got a photo of that and I'll show you that. So here we are in the room. I'm just going to spin the camera around and you can have a bit of a look. The room that we've been provided. Pretty awesome. Let's have a look. So each of the riders get one of these rooms. Yeah, so what do we got? Queen size double bed and a single bed. Decent sort of bathroom. Nice shower. It's just what you want, exactly what you want for the end of the day. And going out the back, let's have a look what's out here. Sun's just starting to go down. It's like a beautiful pool over there, swimming pool. Now let's have a look at the sunset. Hopefully we can capture this. Yeah, that's nice. So just over there we have the River Murray at Loxton. Good boat down there. There's usually a lot of houseboats along there. I think they're more mooring down the other end, but check out the sun going down. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so South Australian Outback Motorcycle Adventures, you've done a top job with these rooms. Certainly no complaints. It's a lot more than what I expected. It's a lot better than what I'm used to, I suppose, sleeping in or sleeping on when adventure riding. It's usually a swag or mattress and a sleeping bag in a tent, but yeah, excellent. So after this, once I'm prepped and everyone else is ready, about 6:30 we're going up to the main restaurant, having a meal, and yeah, with a few presentations up there, so that's going to be pretty exciting.